Don Juceam is in the studio with us.
In the house. That's
Thank
how
you
we
very
roll
much.
around here with Frank Sinatra. What's up, Abby?
Oh, man, we're shaking and baking here, getting ready for a big weekend.
Are you really?
You bet. We got our big concert coming up here on Saturday night at the Cuban Club at 14th and Palm.
All right, tell me about like a better place to just sort of perform and have a good time than the Cuban Club, huh?
It's the ultimate. I did a little show there a couple of years ago, and I said, guys, we got to do a big show here one time.
Well, tell us about your event because they get
Sure.
if they buy a ticket, they get a bunch of stuff.
They get a bunch of stuff. We got a pretty good deal for it. They pay $70 and they get a 4-hour show.
Whoa!
But
whoa,
listen to what they get.
$70?
$70
That's what I said.
Or is that for the whole family?
That's for.
Because I got 9 kids.
Yeah, a pair of arms you can bring in for $70.
Okay.
That's what I said. But listen to what you get.
All right, you get
better get a
heavy
lot.
hors d'oeuvres. I got 8 different caterers coming.
Heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Eight different
Heavy
caterers.
gourmet hors d'oeuvres. There's 8 different caterers, and a lot of familiar caterers.
That's serious.
We have an open bar at the Cuban Club, the famous Cuban Club open bar, 4 hours.
So I can drink
4
for like
hours.
5 people though. So.
Right.
Okay,
Well, that's
good.
quite
Good,
the value.
Janet.
And you get a 22-piece orchestra plus me, Tampa Bay's Frank Sinatra,
You gotta be kidding
singing
me.
for
That's great.
4 hours. So
You sing for 4 hours?
Yeah.
What are your sets? Like 20 minutes, 10 offs, 20 on?
we do 50-minute sets, then we take 15, and then we come back. I got to keep the trumpeters moistened with plenty of
their
water.
lips wet.
Yeah,
huh?
they got to
Wow,
keep their
no
lips
kidding.
wet.
Isn't
yeah.
that crazy? So you do, you're also a funny guy,
Thank you very much.
too. So do you do like comedy things in between, or you do just a serious, frankly, a Sinatra kind of gimmick?
No. Yes, I mean, I'm not Frank Sinatra, but I do
Well, no, I
enjoy what I
understand that,
do,
but you-
and I practice what I do. But it's a sort of impromptu as we're going through the sets as we.
Just have fun, play with the
Yeah,
crowd.
Yeah, right. The crowd reacts, and whatever they're talking about, I'm usually
You'll-
talking back to them. And
How did you get involved in doing something like that? I mean, is this what you were 5 and you saw him on television? How did
No.
this, well, how did this happen?
it was much later. I was actually in a job in Iowa, had a lot of windshield time, and I was always a musically inclined person, sang in choirs and stuff.
Windshield time?
Driving around in my car, visiting customers and stuff.
Oh,
I was in
oh,
Iowa.
oh,
In
oh.
Iowa is nothing but hogs
corn.
and corn,
Right.
so 40 miles every time you make a stop. So I just started kind of getting into the whole Sinatra thing and started enjoying it, put it in my car, and started singing like that. And all of a sudden, all my friends said, geez, you sound just like Frank Sinatra, for crying out loud. So one of my friends asked me to sing at her wedding, and that was how it all got started.
You're kidding me. That's great. I love inspiration where things come from. You know what I mean? Like, who would
Yeah.
have thought that Iowa cows, the whole thing,
It's crazy.
methane gas, and
Right.
a little bit of windshield time
And
turns
next thing
into
you know-
Frankly Sinatra. Can you belt out a little bit of? Can you give us 10 seconds of? Can you give us 10
Can I get
seconds?
it? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. We're having all.
Fly
thousand-
me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. How's that?
Wow, I hope you're not singing to me.
No,
I think that was
was
to
her.
you.
He's looking at me.
Oh, that was
Have you-
great.
have
I
you
like
ever-
that. Not bad. You
Thank you
know all
very
the
much.
words.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre. I know
That's
about 300 different
crazy.
songs, and I have to.
Oh, there you are, right there.
do
Look
all
at
of
you.
the,
Have you
there
ever-
I am,
Is
yeah.
up,
That's in Orlando.
Frankie, baby.
Have you ever met him?
I met his son. I met Frank Sinatra Jr. A couple of years ago. He came to the Hard Rock Cafe and
To
did
see
a
you,
No,
or- oh.
heck no. Yeah, I went to see
To
him.
see
Right.
you.
Well, I didn't know.
He's making his.
He was doing
his,
a tour of Florida, and he did the Hard Rock. I bought tickets to go see him, and I was like over the moon.
Right.
It's like,
Pardon
oh
the
my
pun.
God, the family is here. We are not worthy. And so I met him after the show. He came out and said hi to a couple of folks who stuck around. And we chatted for just a few minutes, and he's a very nice guy. Just, very
great.
kind of laid back and just easygoing guy.
So is he your idol now? I mean, is this somebody that you wish you could have met when you had the chance, or are
Oh.
you into other music too? Or
Well, sure. As you're growing up, you're into all kinds of music. But
Right.
I really kind of focused on him in the late '80s and early '90s. But idol, sure, he's an idol. He's just like the standard for really good music. And I try to do a little bit of all the other great singers. Some Bobby Darin, some
Right.
Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, Tony
Dean
Bennett stuff.
Martin.
The
You
whole
try to
Rat
keep
Pack
it the
thing.
whole Rat
Oh,
Pack
that's
thing.
nice.
As long as we can find the music for the band, then I have no problem putting in front of those guys. I work with really good musicians. They're teaching me.
22-piece orchestra. That's
Yeah.
no joke.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of moving parts to that. I'll tell you, it's pretty
That's
complicated.
cool. Now, what's the pinnacle? You know what I mean? Is Vegas like?
Oh, No, I'm in it, baby. I'm living my dream right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm living
wow.
the dream right
Congratulations.
now. If somebody from Las Vegas calls, that would be totally off the charts, which would be fine. But I'm not looking to go to Las Vegas. I like being in Tampa, and I like performing for people here.
That's what I like to hear.
And I've been all around the state now. I mean, I get calls down from Miami, from Naples, from Orlando.
Is this
I
what
wish
you
I'd have
do
known
all
about this. I'd have booked you for the wedding.
Is this what you do?
Yeah, this is what I do full time now. I've been doing it for going on 3 years full time.
Oh, that's wonderful. And your family's very supportive. They love to see you.
My wife and I just, we run from party to party. I mean, how bad could that be? So,
no, but you don't do like bar mitzvahs and all that stuff,
sure,
right?
Sure.
Oh, so that's your gig.
Entertainment is the gig.
You entertain.
And I specialize in the presentation of Frank Sinatra music. So I'm doing weddings. I'm doing all kinds of corporate
You're
events
getting a call right now. I think you might have to go to Miami.
Excuse me, I got a booking.
Excuse me, pardon me. Hello. Yes, this is Frank.
Well, do you have any contact information? What's your website?
Yeah. Sure. My website is donjuceam.com. That's DONJUCEAM.com, and that's where I have all my marketing materials 24/7. You can hear me singing there. You can see me there. So,
but you're not selling CDs or any.
I've got some CDs. I don't really market the CDs. I'm using more for promotional stuff and that sort of thing.
Get a little bit.
Do you think you're ever going to do your own music, or I mean, now that you have this 22-piece orchestra, are you going to go off on your own?
It's something that a couple of the musicians and I talked about. We're just so busy doing what we're doing. We haven't reached that point where we feel like we've done enough of it yet. So we want to master our repertoire, which we've got. I've got over 900 different songs. We can only do about 40 or 50 of them in a night.
Right.
So once we master that, maybe we'll do some original music. But
well, tell us more about Saturday once again, so people can. That's an oxymoron, though. Once again.
Right.
You should never say once again, and everybody does it.
Okay, well, you're eating up his time on the camera.
They can buy tickets at thecubanclub.org right now, and they can do a will call ticket. They'll just hold it for them at the door. That's a reservation.
And that's this Saturday night.
Day after tomorrow, yes.
Day after tomorrow. Got to get rocking and rolling on that, guys. Get out there, make it happen.
If you don't want to do it online, you can come to the door. For some reason you're last minute, just come to the Cuban Club at 14th and Palm in Ybor City, and they'll have tickets at the door.
That's a great deal for walk-in traffic, too.
And I got to tell you, it is not only is it frankly Sinatra going to be there making an entertaining evening, the place, it's just, it all feels right. It really is. Couldn't have been a better place.
You, if you want to see a vintage ballroom, the Cuban Club is the place to be.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It was great having you here.
Well, Don, really appreciate it, man.
Sure, my pleasure.
Good time.